not just something you kind of casually bring up, right?
No, it's not. And I think if you can just get people to realize that if you really tapped into someone's brain and asked them, I think you'd find out more than not that people have been through episodes like that where whether it's sarcastic, I just don't want to live today, I'm checked out, you know. I mean, there's meaning behind every bit of that, right, Carla?
Yeah, any statement has meaning. And so we try to take those statements very seriously. If someone's making that statement, ask more questions,
Yeah.
ask more questions, dive deeper into that. Let them know, hey, I'm here. I want to listen.
Yeah. And we've all, not all of us, but a lot of us have been there, like I said, when my wife passed, whew, that was a dark, dark, dark time. And you just start having some pretty crazy thoughts about, you know, what, what good is, she's my best friend, 28 years. It's like, what am I doing here? Fortunately I had my two boys. It's like, all right, let's just start over. I got my boys. But a lot of people don't have an outlet for happiness. It just keeps getting darker and darker and darker, and they need that something to hold on to. And it sounds like that's what you're giving people is something to hold on to say, look, let's get you through this. We'll walk you through this, because there is light at the end of the tunnel.
There's light, and I love Carla. I'm going to pick on you because Carla,
She's gonna pick on me, Gary.
I always pick on her. Carla, tell them your analogy. It's like if you can pick one thing, go ahead, tell them.
I'm not sure which one you're
know-
going for, but I will talk about reasons for living. Is that where you're
There you
going?
go.
But we always end our sessions. I have a group. What are your reasons for living? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything complicated or, totally emotionally connected, like because we all want our family, all of those things we want, those are all reasons for living. But for some people, it may not be. Some people, it may be, hey, I'm going to go get a big old pizza later and I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. That's my reason for living.
And that's a simple thing, but it's true.
It is like, but just finding those simple things in life that just keep us going, that bring us joy. Those are reasons for living, right? And we want to stay really present. If we always think 10 years and 15 years in the future, we lose hope in the present. And so you have to really focus on being mindful of being present and enjoying every minute that you're involved in and not thinking so far ahead, right? Because sometimes if you're struggling depression, it's hard to see hours ahead, much less years ahead. So focusing on being present and in the moment keeps us taking one step forward.
Yeah, I love that. It's so true because staying in the moment is the key, right? I mean, a lot of times if you're just projecting out in the future, just everything's getting worse and worse and worse, or you're looking back, everything was so bad, so bad, so bad. It's kind of hard to pull out of it. But when you're just like you said, just stay in the moment, it's just like the old AA thing, one step at a time, 1 second at a time. Just make it another minute and make it another day. You can get there. But what do you guys think about the direction of mental health right now in our country? Do you think maybe things are going to make a turn for the better, considering, what's been happening in the past? Or do you think maybe things are kind of falling off a little bit?
I think that the fact that we're talking about it more is a positive thing. What I think is we need to be doing better. We need to be taking care of and building facilities. We need to be helping our law enforcement out more. You've got a lot of law enforcement that go out on calls, and it's a mental health call. It's not a violent offender call, and they need to be able to gauge that. So we need to be able to, give them more resources to be able to utilize so that they are not put in those situations. But there's so much more work to do in this field. I think that it's a positive thing. I think we're turning the corner and making this better. You got to have the people behind you though. And when you don't have people supporting it, that's where you come into it. So I think it's better.
I mean, yes, I feel like from where we were 20 or 30 years ago, we're making progress. There, like she said, there's still so much work to do. We are big advocates. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going to lawmakers. We're going to keep getting the word out there. We're going to keep people talking about it because it's so important for us not to take our foot off the gas. I mean, we've made some improvements. We're seeing some of the suicide rates, kind of level out. They're still way too high, but we still have so much work to do, and it's going to take us years to keep getting this going. So we're going to keep advocating, and we really encourage our listeners to do the same thing and really be mindful of your judgments. When you're not walking in someone else's shoes, you don't have room to judge. You don't know what they're going through, and we have to get rid of the judgments.